So hi guys and welcome back to my My Team Career Mode 2.0 Season 3, and this time here we have obviously the first race of the season. But the thing is guys, if you haven't watched the pre-season, you should check that one down. Honestly, this time it was important because I think failed around 15 to 20 upgrades while trying to develop them. And then the annoying thing was that even though we reached Phase 3 in pre-season, it wasn't really of any help for us. So all the things we have already done in the pre-season, so let's just drive as Jack Doohan for the first race of the season in the Suzuka GP.
A warm welcome, everybody, from a venue that has seen plenty of sensational laps over the years. Remember, Verstappen in 23, Vettel in 2019, some phenomenal pole laps. But whose will it be today?
So here we are in the qualifying for the Japanese Grand Prix in first qualifying lap. Here we are, let's just go. And obviously guys, the goal should be to get ourselves into Q2 on just one lap, but the thing is, we are the 7th best car, and that is not even the worst problem. The problem is the top 5 car, which is Mercedes, then Red Bull, then Aston Martin, then McLaren, and the 5th one being, I think I haven't told you, Red Bull is also there. So these are the 5 teams, the top teams right now, and we in the 6th is Williams, and then we are the ones who are closest. But the problem is guys, the gap between the top 5 and the bottom 6 is a mountain that we have to climb very much. So that's why in our first lap our goal is still to get ourselves into Q2, because there is a big gap behind us too. So race to the line. Let's see, we were very close to Bortoleto. That's why I thought about going out again on the same set of tires. It wasn't really that good, but still we went out. First was a green nag, and then second sector we were 2 tenths behind. I kept on pushing. I thought let's just do something. Obviously we were P11, so we were very close to getting knocked out. But the thing is guys, the drivers behind us, with the car they have, it will be very difficult for them to improve. So I, even though wasn't really improving, I just thought, you know what, let's just at least complete the lap, and then we can go back into the garage or into the pits. And look at that, we were P17, 1.7 seconds behind the top 1 guys. And look at that, Yuki is out, Kick Saubers, Pepe Marti and Nico Hülkenberg out. Both the Racing Bulls are also out. So this time in qualifying for the Q2, we are using another set of tires. Let's see what we can do. Are going a little bit too much onto the grass there, but that doesn't matter. Let's use everything we have. Race to the line, we're at 29.8. That is a really good lap, but the thing is guys, we need to improve still, because if we do not do that, we will be out. Because look at that, P10 is for us. So 30 seconds remain, we are going out again, and we have, look at that, Ocon and Antonelli behind us, so they surely will improve. So we need to improve at least by 3-4 tenths. So let's see, can we do it? Going a little bit wide into turn 1 and losing a little, but at the exit we have gained all that time, 2 and almost 2 tenths gained, but through the assist, Suzuka assist, which is amazing guys. But I must tell you, at the end we have gained 5 tenths, and through 130 hours still getting a little bit better there, because obviously guys, because of traction control, the game itself breaks, so you have to find ways through it so that it doesn't break. So here we are using everything we have, almost going on to the grass, but that doesn't matter. 3 tenths gain. Can we get ourselves into Q3? And we have P7 for Jack Doohan in the first qualifying session, and Esteban Ocon is out. So it looks like I didn't really need to improve, because we were 129.8, so I would have been P10 still. That was crazy, but still guys, it was a good thing that we did another lap, because it was very important. So I have already done 1 lap in Q3, which was very horrendous, so I didn't thought that showing you will help. So here we are in the final lap in qualifying, but I forgot to tell you guys, I have 40 rear wing. Yep, I have 40 rear wing in the first race of the season in Japanese GP, and it is because I want to do a good lap and I want to do a good S section in Japanese, because this is the main place I lose time, and if I gain any time through that, it will be very helpful. So here, look at that, out of the hairpin we have already only gained 3 tenths, because obviously guys, the S's in the Suzuka is getting better and better. So here we are, the really bad corner for us, these two are, but here we have done some good 6 tenths gain, 7 tenths gain. We need to keep on improving here. At least 1 second should be our goal. Let's see through 130 what we can do, getting a little bit early and not able to do something much, but still 7 tenths gain. Let's see into the final chicane, that place where you can gain so much time, a little bit underhanded for us, but still 7 tenths gain. Using all the battery, we have 8.5 tenths, almost 9 tenths gain. Race to the line where we end up, and that is only P10. That is only P10 for us, even though we gained 7 tenths, but obviously guys, we were 2.9 seconds behind and it wasn't particularly a good lap. But guys, this was all the pace I had. So George Russell 2 seconds in front of us gets pole with Max Verstappen P2 and Ayrton Senna P3. So this is going to be an amazing race. If I can get a good start with Jack Doohan, we might be able to get some good opportunities to score some points. So guys, let's just go into the first race of the season.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. 18 corners make up a lap of the incredible figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit, with 10 to the right and 8 to the left, for a distance of 3.6 miles. Average lap speeds around here are fairly quick. If it stays dry, then expect somewhere in the region of 136 miles per hour. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Senna, Mayer, Charles Leclerc and Norris, Webber, Piastri, Sainz and Jack Doohan, Ocon, Antonelli, Pierre Gasly and Stroll, Hadjar, Behrman, Pepe Marti and Yuki Tsunoda, Aaron, Bortoletto, Lawson and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. So a new driver signed for next season, which is good news all round. Or is it? Halfway through a campaign? How does a team cope with that?
It is a good time to sign a driver, Crofty, if you definitely know that driver's going to bring more performance. But they'll be keeping an eye on that driver currently through the rest of the season as well. So it's that driver's responsibility, for the sake of their next team, to keep putting in the good performances.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Copy, radio check.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Obviously what we want to do is score some points, so let's see. And if you can see, yep, because I have 40 rear wing, my tire wear is actually much better than the projective tire wear. So that is going to be fun. Let's just go into the race with 3, 4, 5 lights. And here we go for the Japanese GP with George Russell getting an amazing start with Max Verstappen going side by side. Can he overtake? And he has overtaken with Senna in P3, Charles Leclerc P4, P5 for Mayer, Lando Norris, and we are there overtaking with Jack Doohan. And let's see the start. We got Senna, Sainz quickly tried to cut across us, but we went way too through the inside. And look at that, 1-2 cars more through the first corner place. You nearly difficult to overtake. So we have now P7, but I think we can get some more drivers because the people in front are very close to each other, though they are not fighting, but the concertino effect is going to happen with them. So we are just close to him, staying there. We need to see what we can do, and here into the hairpin, look at that, how close we were to Lando Norris, but at the exit we get an amazing monstrous run from there, and look at that, going side by side with Lando Norris, and we have overtaken him. Obviously we used lot of battery there to overtake Lando Norris. Now the goal is to overtake Calimere, which is honestly will be a pipe dream, but if we can do it, it will be very helpful. So let's just see through the 130. Charles Leclerc though on soft tire, so it will be a little difficult for us to catch up to him. Let's see what we can do here. Right now P6, if we can stay even with these guys, it will be very helpful, but I know guys, we are way too far in the vehicle index. In front of these guys, they are way too far, but still if we can stay in front, that will be very helpful. Right now only Lando Norris is behind us, so we can do something. Let's just keep on doing. So lap 2, we have taken at least one lap to stay in front of Lando Norris. On lap 3, Russell has overtaken Max Verstappen again with the help of DRS, and there was Ayrton Senna who has overtaken Charles Leclerc, even though Charles Leclerc was on softs, and they are really doing amazing. And my apologies, it was Charles Leclerc who overtook on the soft tires. Ayrton Senna is now in P4 and we are in P6, very close to Calimere, but still guys, so close but so far, because obviously we do not have the pace to catch up to them. The only thing we are going to do from here is lose time, so we need to keep our battery, because obviously we do not have much ERS upgrades left. But obviously if we can stay in front of these guys, that will be very helpful, because P6 in the first race of the season will be big. But obviously guys, it's not that easy, because at the start of lap 6, obviously at the end of lap 5 now, we were P6 and Piastri behind us have overtaken Lando Norris. Lando Norris right now in P9, but that doesn't matter because Piastri comes for it in the Vodafone Mercedes, but we switch back him and going a little bit wide. Like Piastri obviously unsettled his car by going and braking way too late, and because of that we were able to get ourselves in front. And obviously guys, because our tire wear is much better than projected, I can push much better than I was thinking, so that is obviously going to help. I am pushing here, and even after that we are now on 6th lap. We are still 7 seconds behind the Mercedes, but here is Mark Webber and Piastri still trying to put pressure on me, but Piastri does not know that we have the braking and we will overtake him. But still guys, he will get the DRS, so that is what we have to see. So let's see, with the help of DRS, can Piastri overtake us? We still have the DRS. 6, 5, 4, almost the DRS is empty, and here he will try to attack us, but we through turn 1 still had the pace to stay in front of Oscar Piastri. That is honestly big guys, that is big, because if we can do it a little bit more times, we can stay in front. Because I think it is lap 12 to 13 when you have to pit. Obviously you can go on lap 12 if you can pit on those hard tires, that will be very helpful. But here Charles Leclerc at the end of lap 5 starting lap 9, Charles Leclerc is already into the pits. So is he doing a 2-stop in the Japanese GP, which is crazy? But here goes Piastri, and guys, I tried everything here. Even with the help of everything I had, I wasn't able to do anything, because guys, obviously 40 rear wing is something that is way too difficult to manage amongst ourselves. Obviously it is very difficult. Even Mark Webber tried to attack us, but obviously guys, in the Senna, well, not the Senna SS, what am I saying, in the Suzuka SS, we are really good. I only lose like a 10th to the top guys. That's how good I am in the Senna SS, because obviously we have the base. But on lap 10, look at that guys, Piastri in just 2 laps have already made a 6 seconds gap. But here comes Lando Norris, who has overtaken us. We will try to make a switch back, but we have actually went into the back of Lando Norris, and Lando Norris has overtaken us. Obviously I pushed him wide, but Lando Norris went onto the inside curve of turn 1 and he was pushed onto the racing line, and because of that he was able to overtake us. But at the end of lap 11 I decided, yeah, there is no reason for us to stay, let's just go into the pits, because honestly there is no reason for us to do anything. So let's just see, can we get a good stop, please, hands and finger crossed. And that actually helped us, because we have 2.5 pit stop. That is big guys. So where we will be ending up will help us very much. But it looks like we will leave behind a lot of cars. But as I was saying, that we were able to get 2.5 pit stop, which we haven't been able to do in the last 6 races in the last season. Obviously, after the summer break, we did not get any kind of good pit stop. But here is Pepe Marti, who pushed himself a little too much on those used hard tires, or I don't know if it was new medium tires actually, and he pushed them a little bit too much, and we are also finding it very difficult to get any kind of grip, sorry, not brake, on these hard tires, because obviously they are brake blue, because obviously they are very cold. We need to put in some heat cycles through these hard tires so that we can push some good laps here, and we have done it, because on lap 14 everyone is pitting, and here we are trying to stay in front, and that was Mark Webber, and we have actually undercut Mark Webber. So look at that, guys, we aren't really too slow, but obviously, guys, we are fast enough so that we can undercut these guys. So that is a good news, and let's just go for the overtakes we can do on Lance Stroll, who has already pit, and we went through the inside of Lance Stroll, a little bit barging him out of the way, but we have overtaken him. Next guy is Lawson. Obviously, I think these guys have not pit, so they are obviously going to pit. I think Lance Stroll must have pit again, because he is on soft tires and there is very difficult to keep any kind of grip in 14 laps. But Lance Stroll, what a bad luck for him, as I was saying that he will have to pit again. His engine actually blew up, and that is honestly sad. And guys, I just witnessed the fact that the Aston Martin isn't the color in which I went for, and I honestly do not understand why that happened. I tried to fix it, it just didn't work out, so I will have to wait for a couple of more races to get that fixed. But here we are on lap 15. We are now catching up to our teammate Yuki Tsunoda, who has already pit one, so he will have to pit. But we have a safety car. We have a safety car. Is it because I think it's because of Lance Stroll? I think we got a safety car because of Lance Stroll, because obviously he was parked just there on the left, so it makes sense. And obviously, guys, I was so tempted to pit on a set of new hard tires, but guys, I knew one thing, that if I pit, I won't be able to get points in this race, and these hard tires weren't really bad. And obviously we have gained a lot more fuel, because I was 0.30 up on the fuel, so that would have been very difficult at the end of the race. But here George Russell has started the safety car. None of these guys are trying to overtake, and we are also, you look at that, using all the battery. We have still, if you see the timing charts, even after using all the battery, Lando Norris is actually pulling away. And that is the thing, guys, with 40 rear wing, it is very difficult to catch up to any drivers in the straight, so we can only do it in the Senna Assist, well, not the Senna Assist, what am I saying, in the Suzuka Assist. And then at the end of lap, well, sector 2 is the only chance where we can actually overtake Lando Norris. So can we do it into the hairpin again, trying to get the Constantino effect, but this time we are a little bit behind, and a little bit wheel spin might have cost us, because we look at that, even after using all the battery, we have Lando Norris. We are catching up. Can we dive down the inside? But we did not, guys, because if I had done that, Lando Norris and me would have actually crashed. So that was honestly, in hindsight, was actually a good decision from us. At that time I was, well, cursing myself, because I should have gone for it, but I didn't, because I was scared that I might end up in the wall, and obviously you do not want to see that. So here now in the 8 laps, we will have now, the only goal for us is to defend against Esteban Ocon and Mark Webber, because that is the only way we can do anything. So here lap 20, and obviously if you saw that, we actually used all the ERS in lap 19. After the safety car restart, we had all the allocated ERS. We used that because we wanted to catch up to Lando Norris, but this time it gets a little difficult. But because on lap 23 the ERS problem is getting bigger and bigger for us, because we aren't really able to save any ERS. And after this, guys, lap 24, we have 4 laps to go, and here comes Mark Webber, but this time he was going around the outside. And at this point, guys, I decided we have to go non-ERS for at least 1 or 2 laps, otherwise we won't be able to save anything here. So from starting lap 25 we will be start to go on non-ERS, but first let's just go on lap 24. Look at that, I have already gone on non-ERS still, and this time we have to do something, because after staying on non-ERS, Mark Webber was really close to us. So can he overtake us? And here we defend, but Mark Webber fly past us, but we have to overtake him, and we went again like PHT at the start of the race. We went for it, got a switchback. Mark Webber obviously a little bit of false sense of security, and even we banged behind Mark Webber, and even then we were able to get ourselves in front of Mark Webber. That is big, guys. That is honestly big. Look at that, the tire are now crying a little bit frog grip, and it's not because of the tire wear, it is because we are getting a little bit heated up in the tire wear department, but still we can do it. So lap 25 at the end, look at the ERS we have saved. And honestly guys, I did not go on the non-ERS because if you see, Esteban Ocon is almost a second behind us, so that is big. And if we can keep up with this pace, we might be able to push them out of DRS. That will be honestly really big. But obviously guys, at the end of lap 26, starting the final lap of the race, we weren't able to get these guys out of ERS. But here, look at that, guys. Still both the drivers fighting. Mark Webber and Esteban Ocon had that DRS, but it doesn't matter. Mark Webber has to give that place to Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon now in P9. So the positions have been met, and there is no way any driver can overtake if there isn't very big of a mistake. This is the positions that will happen, but here we are causing everything for that to happen. But here George just started the race in P1 and is going to win the Japanese GP with Ayrton Senna P2, Max Verstappen into P3 after being overtaken by Ayrton Senna to obviously George Russell. Amazing race, started in P1, then went on to the safety car in P1 and did a amazing restart there too. But here we are, guys, at the end, and look at how easy it was. Obviously I got a little bit carried away at the last lap, did not push too much because I knew that we can keep, and look at that, almost going into the pit stops, and that might have cost us some points. But here, for the first race of the season where we did not have the car, we were able to get ourselves P8.
And the best of British and the best on the track, it's George Russell who wins.
Well, you're always unsure of the competition and what your opponents have been able to do in the off-season, Crofty, but they've come here today, they've delivered the performance that you dream about, and wow, did they make that car sing today. Really impressive stuff.
What a day it's been for Formula One, and what a day it's been for these three drivers. Time for the podium celebrations. Time for our drivers to celebrate. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell.
And some amazing racing there done by us too. And even Yuki Tsunoda got himself P13 after qualifying P18, and even the driver of the day. And honestly guys, this is the more or less the gap you will see for at least next 4 or 5 races, because that will be the time which will take us to catch up to the top guys. Obviously it's not good, but we have to do it. So guys, honestly, even though George has won the race, we will try to catch up to them. So if you are enjoying these videos guys, and we have lost the rivalry from McLaren, even though we never had a chance, but it doesn't matter guys, because if you are enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one.